And good morning. Once again, it's time for Your Life Matters with clinical social worker Dr. Beth Plachetka from Safe Harbor Counseling and Dr. Beth Speaks. As we welcome in Dr. Beth to the studios once again, how are we doing this morning?
I'm good, Mike. How are you doing?
Not too bad as we begin a nice four-part series here focused on love throughout the stages of life.
Exactly. And, you know, we always celebrate love around Valentine's Day, but it's really good throughout the whole year.
Sure.
So I think the first thing we want to pay attention to is knowing that we think of love as making us feel good, but really love can be so messy. And a lot of times there's hurt feelings. You know, sometimes it brings people into therapy because it's so confusing and intense and they want to figure it out and, you know, kind of get some strategies. You know, as an educator, I like to always start with the definition first. So, you know, love means, it's another word for charity, love means wanting what's best for the other person. If you love them, you want what's best. We don't want what's easiest. We don't want necessarily what always feels good, but what's going to be the best for them. Now, ideally, all those things work together. So if you're going to love somebody, it involves self-awareness. We have to start with ourselves. What are our values and our patterns of behavior? And we have to have the ability to own it. You know, if it's my issue, then I can't blame it on my husband. Sacrifice. Love requires sacrifice. I have to wait my turn if I care about somebody else.
Definitely.
Or postpone something. You know, we use that with our kids all the time. We want to be honest. If I say, is there a spot on the back of my shirt or something like that? I want somebody to tell me the truth.
Right.
You know, please don't lie. And tell me how you really think and feel. Integrity. Our values and our behavior are the same in all circumstances. Trust, we have to, if somebody says they're going to do something, we have to trust that they're going to do it. And if we love them, if we say we're going to do it, we do it. And if something changes, we tell them, even if it's going to make them upset. Patience, change takes time. You know, nothing is overnight. And again, we see that obviously in our children.
Oh, yes.
We'll get through this. You know, sometimes things are a pattern that we just got to work through. Kindness, speaking or acting in truth by consciously choosing our words and actions. So we have to tell the truth, but we don't have to say it in the most harsh way, straightforward. And we have to make amends when we need to and follow the system, include the right people. So, you know, it's easy to see when other people should change. We're all real good at that.
That is the easy part.
Yeah. If you ask me what somebody else should do, it's always easy. But I like the bullseye approach for any of us. You know, when we think of a bullseye, you know, there's ever increasing circles. And in the middle, we start with ourselves personally. How do you treat yourself with love in your thoughts, habits, relationships, boundaries, your growth? How does the family, the next circle out, give you the opportunity to grow or to love? Well, you know, when you fall in love and you set up a family and then start parenting, and about every 20 minutes the kids grow and they have a different thing going on, and you're like, whoa, what should I be doing now? But, you know, adult children, they're not your children. They don't stop being your children just because they're adults. And then when they have children, and that changes the relationship. Yeah. And, you know, factoring in when you have a family member who is ill or aging and can't get about, that also requires us to use these same skills. And then when we look at work, you know, community, work, school, church, neighborhood, the store, we are given so many opportunities every day to respond and act in love and use those characteristics that we just listed: self-awareness, sacrifice, honesty, trust, integrity, patience, and kindness, if we're going to be loving people. Yeah,
it's not just family, and it branches out to other people, and you try to spread some of that love all the way around, right?
Absolutely.
In different amounts and different ways. As we've got this and 3 more shows, you can find out resources on this topic. You can listen to this show and past shows and upcoming shows. Do it all at safeharboril.com. Dr. Beth with a phone number that you can call to talk to Dr. Beth or the folks at Safe Harbor at 630-466-8657, and find them on Facebook. We'll see you at the same time next week for Your Life Matters with clinical social worker Dr. Beth Plachetka from Safe Harbor Counseling and Dr. Beth Speaks.